Shadows of Brimstone. Episode 3, The Undead Gunslinger. In the shadowed valleys of Clayton Ravine, where reality itself seemed to warp and twist in the presence of an unfathomable evil, we embarked on a journey that would scar our souls and shatter our minds. As if some ancient malevolent force had awakened to torment us, our band of weary survivors, each marked by profound trauma, trudged through the desolate landscape, haunted by the horrors that had befallen us. Preacher, a once pious man of the cloth, now bore the visage of a tormented specter. Beaten and tortured by a malevolent lord, he was a shattered husk of his former self. His haunted gaze and desperate prayers reflected his inner torment. Eagle, the Indian scout, moved with eerie silence, masking his internal torment from witnessing horrors beyond human comprehension. The metallic confines of the derelict ship, severing his spiritual connection to nature, amplified his anguish. Bruce, the orphaned boy, had watched his family butchered by the Undead Gunslinger. The stench of death and decay haunted him, driving him to the brink of sanity. Marshall, the lawman, once a protector of his town, now lived with the guilt and rage from watching it burn. The cries of the dying and the laughter of the undead gunslinger echoed in his mind. Our quest led us to the derelict ship, a vessel reeking of ancient curses and eldritch horrors. Within its decaying hull, we discovered a log chronicling the rise of the undead gunslinger by future travelers called the Scythians. The log detailed the fates of Bruce's family and Marshall's town, each word a dagger twisting in our hearts. Having read the log, we decided to head to the closest town, Woods End. We would gather supplies, heal our wounds, and try and find out the whereabouts of the undead gunslinger and his posse. In Woods End, we encountered Professor Armitage from Miskatonic University in the sheriff's office. He sought us out, believing the Necronomicon held the key to weakening the gunslinger and all the undead. His department had 2 copies in different languages, recently stolen by the undead gunslinger and hidden in the Forest of the Dead. We also received a letter from Carl, an old comrade. His words detailed a secret portal to the Forest of the Dead, where the undead gunslinger thrived. Carl spoke of 16 captured heroes, their souls drained to fuel the gunslinger's power. Our path was clear. We had to venture into Clayton's Ravine, find the portal to the Forest of the Dead, and free the captive heroes. Only then could we hope to confront the undead gunslinger and end his reign of terror. Brimstone, Episode 3, The Undead Gunslinger Conclusion. In the heart of that forsaken forest, amidst the gnarled trees and restless spirits, we uncovered the ultimate horror. Carl, our trusted friend and confidant, revealed himself to be the undead gunslinger. The realization struck us like a bolt of lightning, plunging us into a despair so deep it threatened to consume us entirely. Carl had assumed a human form to infiltrate our ranks, ensuring our downfall. His betrayal was the final, most crushing blow, a revelation that turned our fight against the undead into a bitter struggle against our own shattered trust and hope. In that moment, the weight of all our suffering, the deaths and torments we had endured, settled upon us with an unbearable heaviness. Our hearts, once resolute, now beat with the hollow rhythm of despair, knowing that our greatest enemy had been among us all along, masquerading as our ally. Seeing Carl again, we have discovered another horrifying revelation. Seeing this has made us sick to our stomachs. In fact, Bruce started throwing up. After Carl had left our posse, he had attempted to resurrect himself by summoning the old gods. The ritual had granted him unnatural life, but at a terrible cost. He lost his head. We had been unaware of this gruesome transformation, as Carl had been with us, his head intact before he disappeared. And now, faced with this horrifying headless revelation, this deep sorrow that was our friend, we must now do the unspeakable and put an end to his existence and his blight upon this earth forever.